going on, guys? It's your boy Ant, and today we're back with another reaction. Today we back with Eric Voss and New Rockstars, man. I told y'all they was gonna have the breakdown for us, and right now they got a husky breakdown. It's about 17 minutes, and I'm not even gonna waste no time. I'm just gonna get right into it. If you like what we doing here, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Click that little bell icon if you like the video so you could get notified when we upload a new video coming every week, every day. Sometimes every couple of hours. We don't know. But without any further ado, Eric Voss, New Rockstars. Let's get it.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Voss, and the latest trailer
Hi,
for
Eric.
Zack Snyder's Justice League gives us an even deeper look into Snyder's original vision, including Darkseid with Desaad and Granny Goodness.
My God,
and Jared
so
Leto
good.
Joker, hilariously self-aware of his own meme culture. Pretty much every shot in this has little details added by Snyder, hinting at how
it's
this
so
R-rated
beautiful.
recut on HBO Max is a very different movie. So let's break down everything you
So
might have missed from
different.
this trailer. Let's get started.
That sound waves is pretty. Man, look at the veins in his neck. Oh my God.
The bells.
Dead.
Okay, this is a new angle of Superman's death with Doomsday in Batman v Superman, his suit visibly torn through the crest to emphasize that there should be no way he just puts on the same old blue and red suit. He's gotta go dark. Kal-El's death screams have been visualized as these shockwave blasts, representing the bell that has been rung for Darkseid, described by the voice of Lex Luthor, coming back from the end of Batman v Superman and his warning to Batman. But what I love about this, if you were to go back and watch Batman v Superman, back then Snyder snuck in these same vocal blasts right as Superman screamed in that scene. So
Yeah.
this is what Snyder is talking about.
Hey, but this is the things I'm talking about. Like when I say like Zack Snyder is brilliant, and I respect all of the movies, man. I really do. While I do have my problems with Batman versus Superman, it's still one of my top, like in my head, it's top 5 greatest superhero movies ever. Because like reasons, but you know what I mean? Like excellent fight scenes. Even going back to Man of Steel, like Man of Steel is the perfect Superman fight movie, if I could say that. It's just like, yo, the fight scenes in that was perfect. If you are a reader of comics, you know every time somebody puts their hand on an entity from a comic book, they have their own spin on it. That's why I was so like easy to slip into this universe with Zack Snyder, and I like that dark shit too. So like that's another reason why I just like slipped into this universe, and everything was just clicking on all cylinders for me, yo. While I had my criticisms were few for me compared to all of the great things I was seeing, but I'm already talking way too much. Back to it.
And he says restoration. He's not adding a bunch of random stuff, he's restoring unappreciated details that were part of his vision to begin with. And now, by revisiting this moment in Snyder's slow-mo, we get to better observe the exact consequences of Kal-El's death.
Exactly. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh my God.
Among the stars. The god is dead.
The God is dead.
Okay, here we follow the death scream shockwave up through the damaged city out into the darkness, where it can be picked up by all kinds of evil shit. I love how the sound design just keeps that scream just as powerful as it echoes outward. Constant cry that never ends. I know that's how sound waves work. Shut up. It's just meaningful when it's pain. Now, of course, Superman's super breath is one of his abilities. It creates strong gusts of wind. You'll notice how it fans the flames it crosses. It blows back the smoke. But here, it's not just a goofy thing he's doing. It's something he is releasing in his final breath. And here is a good example of why Snyder reconceived this all in the taller 1.43 to 1 aspect ratio. And the more common wider cinematic aspect ratios of 1.85 to 1 or 2.39 to 1, action can only be shown like right to left or left to right across a horizontal horizon, but Snyder felt that cinema based on the comic book medium, a lot of action moves up and down, like a superhero taking off in flight, a supervillain slamming down his weapon, or in this case, this sound wave blasting outward away from us out into the dark horizon. And then we see the shot of the Themyscira temple crumbling into the sea, presumably after Steppenwolf
came in and wrecked. Why are you showing me, buddy?
I had a dream.
Don't show me old Steppenwolf. I never want to see dude again.
Almost like a premonition. I think there's an attack coming.
Dark side.
Some new shots of the post-apocalyptic nightmare future from Batman v Superman that this movie is revisiting. Bruce describes it as a dream/premonition of an attack. Leaked storyboards suggested this would be 5 years into the future, and now instead of the dream it was depicted as BVS, it will be a true flash forward that Bruce will spend a lot more time in. Maybe an actual future that the Flash will have to time travel back from.
Man,
Diana recovers the arrow that was fired into this other temple at the moment of Steppenwolf's arrival, and here she finds this inner chamber with art depicting the ancient war against Darkseid the first time he came. Underneath Darkseid, you can see a depiction of the 3 mother boxes merging together into the Unity, but behind Diana are depictions of the 3 mother boxes separate, showing how those united forces of Earth once stopped that invasion. But then a shot of Darkseid marching past hundreds of parademons in this classically designed hall, draped with banners showing Darkseid's Omega symbol. In other shots, Darkseid is really only seen in Earth in ancient times, but based on that wrecked skyscraper background, I believe this is the same nightmare future that Batman is.
I don't think that's a wrecked skyscraper. I don't think that's a wrecked skyscraper. I really do think that's Apocalypse, and he's like marshaling his forces like to come to Earth, or he's marshaling his forces in the beginning to like send Steppenwolf down. Something like that. But I don't think he's on Earth at that point. Like, I've seen a lot of people talking about that, but I don't seem to think it's on Earth. Like, that outside shot just looks like Apocalypse to me, 100%. Back to it.
And Darkseid is flanked by his minions Decide, and the female to the right is Granny Goodness, confirmed by Zack Snyder. Granny Goodness is one of Darkseid's coolest lieutenants. First, she started out as one of the lowlies of Apocalypse, trained up into one of Darkseid's Orion for the longest. She was ordered to kill her dog Mercy, that she had trained as part of her training, but she refused, and then she killed her trainer instead. Granny Goodness later ran the orphanage training facility for all of Darkseid's soldiers. Assuming this is Earth's future, Granny Goodness could be training all these parademons, formerly the soldiers of Earth, that have been transformed. Moving on.
My Lord,
this world will fall.
I need warriors. I'm building an alliance.
Oh man, it just looks so great. Like I keep saying that.
Or a projection of Decide. I love how sparks just rain down.
Exactly, I knew that was Decide. It looks like his drapes on the side.
The place makes a mess. Now, you may remember from the theatrical cut, this was the scene where Steppenwolf weirdly prays, and then we're just kind of left even more confused as to what his motives were. Here, this has been revised to clarify the context of Steppenwolf being a cast-out lieutenant of Darkseid, trying to get back in Darkseid's good graces.
Why do you keep showing me this trash ass
that were lost in the past war?
Theatrical cut, man?
No protectors here, no lanterns, no Kryptonian. This world will fall like all the others. And we see how under his spiky armor, Steppenwolf's head is truly otherworldly. It's got scaly
I
skin,
love the new
hammerhead
Steppenwolf
horns,
look.
traps like fucking meat sails. This guy's fierce. Actually, compare this fight with the Amazonians to the theatrical cut. When the axe comes down, before it barely left a dent in the earth, just kind of a CGI slash, now it cracks the hell out of it. It sends chunks of terrain flying.
Lit.
You can feel that impact. And then his lightning charge swing releases either dirt on the ground that he just dug into or blood from an Amazonian rider.
Blood.
Anyway, I love that debris.
Exactly.
Hostages.
Shit just looks so much better.
An explosion coming from within the building. So I don't know. In this version, Diana might not cleanly detonate the suitcase bomb safely above the building. And then before we move on, a shot of Cyborg. No way does this guy have enough guns.
Shout out to Ray
Based on
Fisher.
his surroundings, he looks like he is in that post-apocalyptic nightmare with Bruce. You notice how he's got this third appendage toting a briefcase. I thought maybe it could have been connected to that fake LexCorp suitcase from that nightmare sequence in BVS. Though I think this might be something for a deal they're about to make with the Joker. More on that later.
How do you know your team's strong enough? If you can't bring down the charging bull, then don't wave the red cape at it.
Man, I keep zoning out just looking at the trailer.
I love Alfred's line here, how it syncs with the imagery. If you can't bring down the charging bull, right, as Steppenwolf charges forward
his
with
blue eyes
bull
look
horns,
demonic
and
just there.
don't wave the red cape as Cyborg projects a hologram of Superman with his billowing red cape. There's kind of a message created here with the editing. If you can't defeat Steppenwolf on your own without resurrecting Superman, maybe you shouldn't risk the temptation of dancing with that red cape.
Exactly.
You know, that Steppenwolf's eyes glow blue here, unlike the white they glowed in the theatrical cut, maybe suggesting a link with the Unity or the blue boom tube portal that has opened up. And then the imagery you've seen of Darkseid in the Ancient War, but we see the other shot of his axe terraforming this whole plane, creating this symbol out of lava, marking his territory.
But yeah, man, while he's talking, let me just talk about, I just want to talk about how this trailer has built anticipation, not for only the people who have been patiently awaiting the Snyder Cut, but I've personally shown people who have been against the Snyder Cut from the beginning, or who haven't been involved in the comic book sphere, comic book movies at all, or just very minimalistic. I even showed it to a lot of Marvel fans, and the Marvel fans are as hype as I am. They just don't believe the hype, but they got as hype as I was just to look at it and stuff like that. But I have faith in Zack Snyder, man. So, March 18th is not that far away. So I'm just waiting patiently, just like I'm waiting patiently for Mr. Voss to come back. You will. I like it.
That is helixsleep.com/rockstars for up to $200 off into free pillows. Moving on.
You were sent here for a reason. And even if it takes you the rest of your life, find out what that reason is.
Yeah, hey, this got me super hyped.
This new shot of Victor Stone in his number 7 GCU Letterman jacket on this interesting landscape. This is probably synced with that
Gotham City
shot
University
of Cyborg in this form stopping the artillery, which means
that's why I like Cyborg so much.
I love it.
He's
Rather than
Gotham.
Cyborg just plugging into a machine, we get to see how his fusion with technology looks in his own mind's eye. And then more of the scene when Barry Allen saves Iris West from her car collision with a hot dog cart.
Definitely need more
cart
Flash.
Farm produce.
And I'm gonna say something when it gets to the Flash running scene too.
Fox? Maybe not. I do love how the ketchup and the mustard snake out of their squeeze bottles. All these little pieces of food just to show us how Barry is moving at god level speed.
Exactly.
And then this shot of Superman in his black suit, clenching his fist as pebbles float off the ground. Clearly, we are getting a Man of Steel flight sequence 2.0, bringing him full circle with his first flight from that Kryptonian ship.
Exactly.
Moving on.
Yes. Yes, so that running, man, that running looks so much better, man.
Okay, in this section, there's this interesting shot.
Hopefully, they put whole new CGI legs on, buddy, so I just run correctly.
That's something in a different universe. Anyway, it appears to be based on the tank from Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns.
Exactly.
Looks as though Batman could be using this to help clear the rubble in the aftermath of the death of Superman. But another interesting shot, Cyborg trying to, looks like, separate the mother boxes from the Unity, but now the Flash appears behind him, Speed Force ignited to, what, interfere with this? And then there's this curious look of recognition washing over Victor's face as the camera pushes into his eye.
We don't know.
What is going on here?
Hey.
Well, it is almost certain at this point that the Snyder Cut is going to partially set up the Flash movie itself, an adaptation of the Flashpoint paradox, in which Barry Allen sprints through time and f***s up all the timelines. So here we could be seeing in which Barry returns to this moment from the future to stop Cyborg from meddling with the Unity, because it could have some unintended consequences.
Could be.
Check it out. As Barry sprints
Never
the other
know.
shot, it almost looks like he's running into an explosion as it's being reversed, crumbling debris rolling back into place. So folks, anyone who says Zack Snyder's Justice League is just going to be a prettier, glossier version of the theatrical cut, hold the hell up. We could totally see the Justice League fail, leading to the post-apocalyptic nightmare future, a future from which Barry has to go
really
back in
do
time
hope we get to see
reverse
that whole
the events
thing.
that led to it. That's probably what Barry was doing in that scene in Batman v Superman, where he's like, am I too soon? And we could see this whole history play out a second time differently. That's how you get a 4-hour movie, and it could all set up a butterfly effect crisis with Reverse Flash that Barry could have to deal with in the Flashpoint movie. Moving on to the next clip.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, they could really springboard this whole shit, and after he comes back, like, that could set up villains for like everybody forever.
It will. It has to.
Okay, I cannot get enough of this shot of Superman, black suit, heat vision, blasting downward, presumably it's Steppenwolf. But look behind him. Yeah, I think that blue portal is the boom tube opened up by the Mother Box Unity to Darkseid and his Parademon army on Apocalypse on the other side. One of Zack Snyder's many described visuals was for Steppenwolf's severed head to roll down this boom tube and stop at the feet of Darkseid. I am praying to Leonard Cohen that we get that here. Yeah, let's move on to Tonka in the final clip.
We live in a society. Where honor is a distant memory.
Hey, still give me
Isn't
chills.
that right? Batman.
Okay,
right.
So you may have seen my mental breakdown in yesterday's reaction.
Exactly.
But just to elaborate,
Exactly.
Zack Snyder revealed that he brought back Jared Leto Joker from Suicide Squad as one of his few major changes that he added in retrospect. That even though Jared Leto Joker was not in his script for Justice League, it was part of his overall vision for the DCEU to have him and Ben Affleck Batman meet. And we know
sure.
the
They had a
timeline
whole
of this
backstory
edition
they
based
matched
off how
up.
Joker quotes the "We live in a society" meme. This is where folks would start to use Heath Ledger's nihilist Joker to make memes for their awful philosophical hot takes, which of course evolved into later parodies of that, using, in addition to Heath Ledger Joker, Jared Leto Joker, Joaquin Phoenix Joker. We live in a society is just kind of a joke about people who think they're being profound and saying something no one's thought before, when that's obviously bullshit. So why does he quote it here? Well, think about this Joker. This Joker had a bunch of tattoos that were explained to be sort of part of a punk commentary on general Joker pop culture. So we live in a society is kind of on game for that meta concept of the character, but his tattoos are gone now. It does look like he might have covered them with makeup, sloppily smeared on, mouth covered like a kid who ate a whole bag of cheese puffs, and greasy hair. It's all a bit similar to the Heath Ledger grunge DIY take on the character. Snyder has described this version of the character as a more world-weary Joker, a quote ghost of Christmas yet to come, and his meeting with Batman
I
here
definitely
is meant
heard
to
that.
put Batman on blast for all of his past choices that led to this.
Right.
Joker says honor is a distant memory, suggesting that Batman has devolved into a hero without honor, without rules, one who takes lives. That line that he had previously avoided crossing, but now has to do all the time, making him a lot more like the honorless Joker. But the way Leto talks is weird here. Notice how he pronounces distant.
It's a distant memory.
Yeah, distant. Almost as if his teeth have been knocked out, right? He did have that grill before. Maybe Batman, in active rage, caved his mouth in. Now remember, Batman had a Joker card taped to his gun in that nightmare sequence.
Maybe he don't got his grills no more.
Floating past camera and past trailers, and now Snyder intends to explain the story behind that. Joker here wears a SWAT vest that Snyder says is adorned with police badges, like trophies. Now this SWAT vest could be connected to the SWAT gear he wore when he rescued Harley Quinn in the final scene of Suicide Squad, but underneath it he wears a butcher apron. I don't know, maybe he thinks of himself as a butcher of pigs. Now Snyder says that had the studio allowed him to do another movie, he would have wanted to explore Batman's past with Joker, how Joker killed Robin, leading to that ha 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 jokes on you, how Joker burned down Wayne Manor, and even though we might not see it, hopefully this dialogue between them will hint at a lot of that dark history. But you'll notice behind Batman
I just need an HBO Max trilogy of
like he's wearing the same hoodie
Ben
he wore when he
Affleck's
met
Batman,
Diana.
man.
So I think his and Batman's mission is to
with
connect
Zack
with Joker
Snyder
to
and
offer
Ben
him
Affleck,
something.
like
Because I think Joker
co-directing, Ben Affleck writing that script, and him and Zack Snyder working on the visuals and directing for that
joint. They gotta do, they gotta make a deal with this devil. By the way, if you want to continue this nerdy conversation, New Rockstars has an amazing Discord community that you can join by becoming a patron.
Go ahead and join their Discord,
You
man.
can also support us in other ways, like checking out our great merch options at newrockstarsmerch.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EAVoss. Follow New Rockstars. Subscribe to New Rockstars here on YouTube. Hit that notification bell. Thank you for watching.
Most of these
Boom.
days.
Tube.
So yeah, guys.
Today we have the Microsoft Surface Pro 7 and the MacBook Pro. the surface comes with a pen, and
so yeah, guys, that was a new Rockstar Zack Snyder's Justice League breakdown, man. Thank you guys for watching it with me, man. I have so much anticipation for what was coming, but like I keep saying to you, like I don't feel like I'm over anticipating it. It's just like I'm just anxious at this point. It's just like it's been so long. We have waited. But it's no problem to wait another month. But the tension is just there where I really need to see this film, man. New Rockstars is always here to go in that extra mile, dive deep into the things that we're seeing. Make a couple assumptions that I do and don't agree with from time to time, but they always keep it interesting, man. Eric Voss always has something really interesting to say and some insight that I might not be thinking about at that point. So I really enjoyed this, man. Please go check them out. Please subscribe to New Rockstars, man. Let them know we sent you. Please, if you like what you see here, like, subscribe, share, hit that little bell icon. We trying to grow the channel again, man. Roll to 500 followers. We halfway there. We're about halfway there. Run it up. We out.